And we are back.
And live at this moment in time. Why do you clap so loud? Like it's only the three of us.
Well, it's not for us. It's for when I fucking sync everything, dick.
And but hurt my ear.
I know, bro, but it's I use.
And on that note, welcome to another wonderful episode of California Sober. We are your hosts. I'm Terracotta Trey. This is Mudman Mo, and that's Damascus Danielle. Our Sid and Jamie for the day.
Sid and Jamie. Okay, who's
Sid and Jamie? Young Jamie.
Young Jamie.
Young old Jamie.
Young Jamie. Yeah, so we got Trey back on the pod. He's missed a couple of them now. I think like 3 or 4 episodes.
Life, man.
Life happens. It's been all right because, you know, we carry the fuck on, dude. I was going to come up with an elaborate story on why he was gone.
That would have been cool.
It would be cool. He got fucking gonorrhea, and that's cool. I like how we both looked at her.
Why do you have to look at me?
Mild, gnarly case. Hospitalized for a few weeks, but we're alive.
Gonorrhea's fine, bro. You just take a pill and you're good, bro.
But not this one.
Nah. You guys ever got the clap before?
No.
Don't lie, dude. You just looked at me like.
Oh.
I got the clap once, dude. I told a story about it on like episode 4, dude. I fucked some stripper and whatnot. It was all bad, dude.
You're kind of playing in those circles.
Well, I did plan ahead. I had a condom on and she took it off, and I was like, this bitch.
She took it off?
She took it off. She's like, why do you have this on? She took it off, and I was like, this is gonna go either really good or really bad, you know?
Well, it went really good, and then it went really bad.
It was pretty bad all in general, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad just in general.
Not even the sex was good?
The sex was good, but she was like all coked out, and it just was bad, bro. Personality-wise, it was bad. It was just like the whole time I'm just like, oh, man. Not a good situation that I'm putting myself in.
Remember TJ's? Right there on
dude.
beach?
Yeah.
My homie said he went there and he got a lap dance from this one chick, and there was like super bad. Like when she got up there, he had a stain on his pants.
She worked at Sahara, bro. So just to give you an idea what grade stripper she was, bro.
Where was Sahara at?
It's a different one in Anaheim by the railroad tracks right there.
The railroad.
Fucking streets is that, dude. The only thing I remember about that club is across the street there's like a convention center, and they had like line dancing one day.
What?
Yeah, I just know this because my friend Marty wanted to go because he wanted to pick up on some white girls, so I dropped him off there. I was kicking it with him and his roommate, and he's like, "Hey, let's go line dancing with these
Let's
fucking
go
yeehaws.
line dancing
With some yeehaws, bro." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good." And he's like, "The bitches," and I was like, "Those are not the bitches I want, bro."
No.
Cool. I dropped him off, and it was Justin's old roommate, bro. Marty.
I don't know if I knew Michael.
Nah, you might not have met him, Marty.
The blonde kid.
No, he's a
Okay,
Asian.
that was Michael then.
That was Michael, yeah.
All right, for sure.
This was not Michael. Anyway, so today we got a fucking exciting episode for you guys. We've been doing some deep digging on MK Ultra. I know we did a conspiracy theory episode a few episodes ago. This was supposed to be a part of that fucking episode, but
we touched on it.
Yeah, things happened. That episode got kind of rushed because it's supposed to be a week. We were supposed to film it a week later, but then things got moved around with the guest, and we had to fucking do it a week early. So we kind of touched on it, but we didn't really get that deep into it. So today we're gonna actually fucking bring it back and talk specifically about some MK Ultra shit
in its full and entirety.
Probably not, but whatever we could gather on the internet.
Well, I mean, it's also just a very like lightly touched. I don't know. On like one of the podcasts I was listening to, dude said there was like so much redacted information that you get like 3 words per page out of like 14,000 pages that they were going through.
Yeah. Well, the only reason we even were able to know about MK Ultra was because of President Ford in like, when was it, like the 1950s or something? No, it was after that. It was like 1970. When was President Ford? I don't know. But anyways, President Ford, he had found out about some things that happened because of MK Ultra, and he made the fucking government release documents about it. And out of all the documents, it was all like redacted bullshit stuff, but one fucking page that the secretary forgot to fucking burn was like left in the fucking file, and that's how we know pretty much all that we know about MK Ultra, you know?
Ford was 74 to 77.
19, yeah, so around 74 is when we found out about it. MK Ultra ended around like 1960, I think, so it was like 10 years later, I think.
Well, Watergate was also MK Ultra. That's what that was related to.
Didn't hear about that, but I believe it, dude. So let's get into this, dude. Fucking MK Ultra. So MK Ultra, as it is called, it basically was started in 1950. It went through 3 iterations prior to that. There was I wrote it down. Everything's all out of order. I wanted to go through here and like organize everything by year, bro, but I fucked up. Sorry.
These things happen.
I remember there's Operation Artichoke was one of them, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Basically, from what I ascertained from listening to all the podcasts, it basically was like multiple sections of it. Like one form was looking into how to control people. Another form was like making the soldiers super soldiers with like the LSD testing. But then that also morphed into like mind control with that because they were doing different forms of like, I don't know what the word is for it, but like in Zoolander, they fucking make him watch all those videos and he says the code word and it makes him act on it.
Yeah,
like that's what MK Ultra was looking into too.
Yeah, that specific thing was called like depatterning.
Yeah, or driving.
Depatterning was that technique, but so man, I had it and I moved it off. Okay, so the stages of MK Ultra started with Operation Bluebird. That was a military operation, right? So that was the first iteration of what MK Ultra would be. It was basically using chemical weapons and trying to basically find ways to transmit them into humans without them knowing, you know? So for the most part, they're like testing things like anthrax. That was the big one.
Yeah.
They're putting like anthrax in pens, poison in lipsticks type shit. That was Operation Bluebird,
like
right?
The spy stuff of the
Exactly.
60s.
Yep. And then we had, no, it was before that. That was like 1940. So it was like right after World War II, I believe.
Sick.
And then after that was Operation Artichoke. So Operation Artichoke was basically taking those chemicals and those bioweapons, and then they started testing them now on animals
and people. Well,
not
no,
yet,
they weren't
not
testing
yet.
them on animals. I thought they were just testing them on people because that's what that whole mental hospital was.
So MK Ultra was when they started testing. So it goes through trials. So the first stage of a trial is first you create the weapon, then you test it on animals, and then you test it on humans. So our Operation Bluebird was them creating the weapons. Operation Artichoke was them experimenting on animals, specifically mostly monkeys. And then MK Ultra was when they finally started testing it on humans,
on people,
prisoners.
When Canada gets involved, Canada's involved. You motherfuckers are nice, but you're not clean. Everyone's dirty.
Dude, the French got it the worst, dude. But anyways, so we'll start from the top, dude. MK Ultra, Artichoke, Operation Artichoke, all these fucking operations, they were basically controlled by this guy named Sidney Gottlieb, which is also a Jew. I found that out randomly, bro.
Really odd how he decided to emphasize that part. He was.
Did you know that? Because there was nothing about that. I just randomly. You know how I found out about it? Everyone from MK Ultra died, bro. All the higher ups, besides Sidney Gottlieb. And then like I was reading his obituary and it said something about him being Jewish.
He died naturally?
Yeah, he died way later. Everyone else died before going to trial. He was the only one that didn't.
Oh yeah, fucking Olson and everybody too.
Yeah, well, fucking Frank Olson did not die before going to trial. His shit was that's what started all of that, the indictments and all that shit. But where am I, Russ? Yeah, and then the supervisor was Robert Lashbrook, right? So the two leaders, Sidney Gottlieb, he was the actual founder of MK Ultra, and then his supervising officer was Robert Lashbrook. Those two guys are very important in the story, so remember those guys. Depatterning is what you were talking about, you know, that was like one of the big things that the CIA was testing on MK Ultra, you know, aka MK Ultra. They were doing electroshock therapy, bro, where, you know, we all know what that is. That was pretty big back then in the 50s. Sensory deprivation, which is funny because now we see it as like
sensory deprivation was much different.
Now that was like they're basically cutting you off from the world.
He made a box and left you in there for days.
Yeah.
That was all at that hospital, like not connected. It's so wild that it was like that. Like people were going to that place to get like better. Like, oh, you know, work's been tearing. It's like a staycation almost or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, all work's been bugging me out. Like, I'm gonna go here and just, you know, recoup.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you've been asleep for 59 days. That was like one of the craziest cases. That's what that one.
That was that doctor. What was his name? Fucking
part with the L or something like that.
I wrote it down too, but it's all.
It's all jumbled.
Dude,
it's the
we-
Montreal experiments.
We took too long to fucking get to this, bro. It was fresh.
Donald Ewan Cameron's method.
Cameron, yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, he was the one, the psychiatrist that was doing all that shit.
In charge of the Allen Memorial Institute of McGill University between 1957 and 64 by the Scottish psychiatrist Donald Ewan Cameron and funded by the CIA as a part of MK Ultra, which lasted until 73 and was only revealed to the public in 75.
Yeah, so Dr. Cameron, he was really big on sleep rooms, which is what the CIA invented. So sleep rooms were medically induced comas through the use of hallucinogenic drugs. So that one story you sent me, there was this lady who was a nurse. She was basically a part of that fucking whole test of the sleep rooms. Basically, this lady, she was a nurse. She miscarried a child.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the later episodes. I think that was the exact episode I sent you. That's what that one was about. That whole series is about MK Ultra. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
So
it was further along than what I wrote down. I was looking at the history, and then you showed me that, and I was like, oh, this is so much shit I gotta write down now.
Dude, that shit's gnarly. I mean, that's what a lot of the first half of that whole series was about, was like all like the kids, or those people's kids were like trying to take the government to court now, and like the people in Montreal, and that's where they're trying to shut some people up, and like Canada stopped helping, like the citizens want to like win against the US was because like Canada had ties in it too.
Yeah,
like they were doing their own fucked up shit. Fucking
Definitely.
Canada.
Yeah, so sleep room. Oh, well,
Canada.
back to that story, that one chick, just since I brought it up.
Yeah.
This chick, she had a miscarriage, didn't bring it to term. She was also like an orphan or something, so she was like super traumatized about childbirth and whatnot.
She wanted to have a kid. She wanted to just be a good mom, blah, blah, blah.
Right, so she gets pregnant again. This time she sees a specialist because she wants to make sure she actually has the baby. This dude worked for the CIA, Dr. Cameron, and he was part of their "I'm gonna fuck you up" wing, not like the good part of the CIA.
No.
So he basically was doing these sleep-induced comas with her. She was in a coma for like 7 months, bro. She gave birth, like, I think in the hospital that he was, like, his testing in the hospital. Surprisingly, the baby came out healthy. Good for
Fine.
Yeah, but she lost her mind, bro. Like, it got
completely.
Yeah, like even after the fucking she was that program ended, she had to be taken care of by like a fucking.
She had like a caregiver, but at the same time, she was allowed to like drive and stuff, but she wouldn't. She would drive with no music, no nothing on, but the turn signal.
Yeah,
that's all she would drive with on. She would drive with the turn signal on the whole time she was in the car.
Very, very true. Very.
And like to her exact words were like the voices. That's how I know they're there with me or something. Like that's why she would leave the thing on.
Yeah, so Dr. Cameron broke her. He broke a lot of people. So he was really big on the sleep rooms. Psychic diving. I think he did this on her too, which is another big thing.
Psychic driving.
Psychic driving. Sorry,
yeah.
I forgot the R. Psychic driving. Messages repeated over and over again until they mean nothing. I totally mumbled up that word. I don't even know what I was trying to write there. And they basically would play this for patients while they're in fucking a sleep room when they're put in a medically induced coma.
And for whatever reason, it would just get stuck in their mind, and that's what all their mind would become in a way, because like that was like the beginning of her losing her mind, was when he started doing all the psychic driving shit during the sleep deprivations. And there's this other guy that was in the documentary. It was like a dude, and he was like the first one. He was asleep for like 2 months or something like that. Don't worry, nothing spilled.
I know. I can tell. Yeah. So, yeah, so that shit was crazy, dude. Like, I mean, that was basically one of the things the CIA was really trying to use these hallucinogenic drugs for, is they were trying to create like sleeper agents. They were trying to mind control people, make them forgetful, make them. They one of the things that they were trying to do is make it so if you heard a phrase, you would like instinctively try to kill someone or something.
Yeah.
You know? And it was basically so you could take out like high ranking like officers or presidents and things of the sort. So that's the whole point of the psychic driving. It's
like an agent, psychic driving. It's like, so in theory, like an agent could get through like a polygraph test because he wouldn't know why he's there, or like so one of their own people, like they could just put it in somebody's hotel room or some shit like that.
Yep. One of the other things, interesting enough, one of the things the CIA was testing was magicians.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Yes, sir.
They were testing all the sleight of hand. They were looking at it, breaking it down, and see how it could be applied in their own ways.
The CIA literally brought in a street magician. I don't remember his name. I wrote it down somewhere, but I think I accidentally deleted it when I added something else. But they brought in a famous street magician from New York to teach them sleight of hand tricks. So that way they could slip
the pills or
And
whatever these
things-
agents were onto people, into people, whatever the
unbeknownst to
fuck.
them, which I think is fucking fascinating and kind of funny, bro.
I mean, especially if the guy came in like a cape and a suit and a top hat to the CIA with like the badge on and everything.
Bro, can you imagine being like David Blaine and then getting a contract with the CIA?
That'd be dumb. I'd want like Chris. I want like Chris Angel.
It doesn't matter, bro. Well, you know what I'm
We
saying?
gotta make a way out. Dude, David Blaine would just be like, all right, I'm gonna teach you guys how to survive in a ball of ice for 7 days.
you know what I mean? Imagine he's like coming home with his family and they're thinking he's out there performing and shit, but he's working with the CIA, but he can't tell them, you know?
It's essentially a comedy action movie.
That'd be probably pretty terrible. That's being a magician, but then not getting the claps, bro.
Would it be though?
Would you think you'd get the claps, bro? The only clap you're getting is like gonorrhea, bro.
In your own head. In your own head, you're getting claps because you've just slipped the president of fucking China.
Well, you're not doing it. You're teaching the CIA agents.
Yeah,
how to
but
do that.
they'd recruit you. You'd get recruited. In my world,
Nah, you know too
I'd
much,
be
bro.
so good at it. They'd be like, you got to do it. You got to get out there.
So that brings me to my next topic, which is my favorite thing I researched about MK Ultra, bro. Operation Midnight Climax.
Midnight Climax. You know what Midnight Climax is? Yeah,
No.
me neither.
It's the one with the fucking hookers, bro.
Yes, I know exactly what Midnight Climax was.
Operation Midnight Climax, baby. The CIA used government safe houses to basically, and hookers, to basically bring Johns in and drug them with LSD and see how they react. But it gets even deeper than that, bro. So the head of that project was George White, right? So he was
George White was a weirdo.
George White was. He sounds like a dope guy, bro. Honestly, seems like he could be one of us, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, well, he's a weirdo.
Yeah. So George White worked for the CIA, and he was a part of. I think he went as far back as Operation Artichoke, right?
He was involved for a long time in that shit.
Oh, wow. And prior to being in the CIA, he actually applied to be with the police force. They didn't give him the job because I believe they said he was too unstable or too aggressive
he had
or something.
sociopathic tendencies or something like that.
Something weird, yeah. So he didn't get that job, but then CIA said, "Hey, fuck it, bro. We'll take you.
We'll take sociopaths.
We like that shit, bro. We got magicians." You know what I mean?
Dude. What's that? Yeah. Doesn't get much better.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Well, but anyway, so George White, bro, he fucking worked for the CIA and he was with them from Artichoke all the way to
when he
MK
resigned.
Ultra.
Yeah, when he personally resigned.
Yeah, pretty much. But and so when he got to after he was in MK Ultra for like after a few years, he basically said that he wanted to go. He got accepted to go work for the police force for the drug enforcement
DEA.
agency. Yeah, and he was thinking about doing it because is closer to his family, I guess, and stuff like that. He didn't have to travel as much. He had kids and shit. So he basically told his boss. He told fucking what was that fool's name that I brought up earlier? Lashbrook.
Yes.
Robert Lashbrook. He just basically told him like, "Hey man, you know it's been fun. I'm gonna go work for the DEA because you know it's just better for my family and shit." Lashbrook said, "Hold the fuck up. How about you work for us and you work for the DEA? Don't tell them anything, and then you create fucking CIA safe houses in New York where you're stationed and shit, so you can continue these projects over there." And like it's weird because you think that government agencies like communicate with each other, but they kind of don't like each other and shit.
Nope, the Alphabet Boys do not like each other.
Yeah, it's pretty strange, bro. So it's kind of like, here you go work for them, collect both paychecks, and don't let them know you're working for us, you know? So he said, all right,
We
say
can do
less,
this.
boss.
We can do this.
So he was in charge of this operation. Remember, he was the sociopath, right? So you give the sociopath in charge, he put him in charge of this project where you got hookers and LSD and
Not only that, you have the entire world's supply
of LSD
of LSD.
or hookers, both.
I mean, with the CIA, they could have it all.
Yeah.
But they literally bought all of the LSD in the world at that point
Well,
in
they're
time.
making it, so
No, they weren't. They were it was a French organization French scientist that was making it originally.
but I think at this point,
And then they bought the world's supply and then probably started producing their own after. But bro, they spent millions of dollars on LSD in like the 70s for this.
yeah. So this guy, they put him in charge of the safe house, and he's basically watching these Johns through two-way mirror get touched up by these hookers and seeing how they react on LSD. He also partakes in the LSD and fucking the hookers. Fucking cool. And he's collecting
The
two
whole
paychecks.
time.
He wrote a lot of interesting fucking memoirs, bro, talking about how much he loved his job. So
I mean, his whole like thing at the end was like a confession, half-assed too. He's like thanks for the good times, fucking. I know I had fun, blah, 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 blah. Like, catch you
We
on
would
the
have
next
passed this
one.
up.
Yeah, catch you on the next one, basically.
Basically, dude. Yeah, when you think of the CIA, bro, I'm thinking of American Dad, but this is far from that, dude.
Dude, fucking more like Family Guy.
No, worse, bro. I think it's way worse. I'm thinking like Mr. Burns or some shit, bro, from Simpsons, dog.
Mr. Burns.
You know what I mean?
It's bad like that. Super Joe?
Super Joe. Oh yeah, Super Joe.
That
That's
was
the
like
CIA.
Super Joe. That was CIA, yeah, for sure.
For sure, dude. For sure. So yeah, Operation Midnight Climax, CIA, bro. Hookers and LSD and random cool ass shit, bro. Seems like a good time, man.
Yeah. I mean, what more would you want in life?
Oh, dude, there's a former employee that worked for the CIA. She goes, she said her job was to make sure that White had girls to fuck and LSD to use. As she literally said, that's what he hired her for, bro.
That was a secretary?
She didn't say her job title.
I mean,
And just to give you an idea on how he lived his life, White died from cirrhosis of the liver.
absolutely, dude. I'm watching people fuck and getting hammered on fucking probably like Blue Label scotch
Yeah.
and just living his best life.
You think he was like coaching the hookers to do certain like moves that he liked, you know? Now hit doggy.
Dude, I mean, like an earpiece or something?
Yeah. Or a tap on the glass.
Nah, you wouldn't want to tap on the glass. That'd be fucking.
You just backhands the shit out of her. That was not doggy.
You gotta remember.
Look into the mirror while you ride him.
You think any of those bitches got murdered?
Nah, I think from what I read is they were offered like get out of free jail cards and stuff. They're more than willing, you know?
Well, yeah, but you think any got murdered? You're saying no.
I don't think so. Well, they didn't report it at least. From
It's
what
the
I saw.
CIA, dog.
Yeah.
You think any hookers got murdered?
So in 1970, MK Ultra ends.
A lot of them. All the hookers.
I don't know, maybe. So MK Ultra ends in 1970, and that's where they begin MK Search, which is another iteration. Like I said, there's stages of the same program, but this is just the next version of it. You know, MK Search is basically its primary concern is to look for new hallucinogenic drugs in Asia and Europe, and to test those drugs on European and Asian population. It got shot down in 1973, but that was basically
It was up for like a year.
1970, 1973. So 3 years. And I think I remember it was because I read that like I think it was China or something was experimenting with like hallucinogenic like mushrooms or something. And at the time, like the CIA was experimenting with LSD. Yeah, so they're kind of like, all right, we can't let the Chinese get one under on us, bro.
No, dude, like we can't let the Russians get to space before us.
Well, this whole MK Ultra program was started because of the Russians, dude.
I know, because the Russians were looking into ways for weird things.
Yeah, so basically what happened was after World War II, all the Nazi scientists got dispersed between like Russia and the United States and parts of Europe and whatnot.
Well, they all got put on. They were all going to trial and stuff like that. And then
the super smart ones, they were not on trial. They were
no, because they were like, hey, if you want to not die,
yeah,
you want to not go into the same gas chamber you were sending people to.
Yep. So when that happened, the Germans had been experimenting with hallucinogenic drugs as torture devices. You know, when the United States government got that information, they pushed it under the rug. They didn't give a fuck about it, right? But then they found out that the Russians were testing their own hallucinogenic drugs on prisoners of war, like Nazi prisoners of war, you know? And so the US got psyched out on like, oh, is this going to be a new thing? We should do it too. That's how MK Ultra got started, basically. Yeah. Or at that time, what I say was artichoke. Yeah. Or Bluebird, actually.
Bluebird.
Yeah.
Yes, the original.
The original, baby. There might have been one iteration before that, but yeah. So fucking notable figures from MK Ultra, the Unabomber.
We got a lot of people, actually. There's the Unabomber. There's like Whitey Bulger.
Yep.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't write that many down. But Esther Schreier, she was the fucking nurse that we brought up earlier that was going through the electroshock therapy and all that.
Oh, yeah, with the kid.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I should have fucking did a better job at organizing this. But interesting fact, Esther was a Jew.
I mean, it's not that interesting.
Bro, Jews are getting fucked around this time, bro. From 1920 to like 1980, bro.
Well, I mean, the 50s, they had a break, right? Because then they got Israel.
Yeah, which was still a war that they had to fight though. But yeah,
But
caused
they
by them
won.
though.
They
but
won something.
Yeah, I'll give it to them.
So weird how they're always at things.
Oh, and by the way, the reason that Esther was released from the fucking hospital is because Dr. Cameron said that she had a successful depatterning program, and I think
I mean,
did.
she was depatterned. She had a whole new pattern after she left.
Bitch was brain dead, bro.
No, she was fucking brain stimulated.
You can call it that.
She was overstimulated in the brain.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. A lot of that shit's crazy. Like it goes back to like Guantanamo Bay, like all the black sites.
Yeah.
One of the head guys from like that project was like directly involved with MK Ultra as well, and that's where they got like a lot of the ideas for like the Barney, like how they were playing like the Barney songs, and then the light. Oh, sleep deprivation. That was a big part of the tactic they were trying because of after the Korean War, there were these POWs that had given up information that came back, and like the only thing that the doctor was able to tell from the way they were acting was like, oh, all that just happened from them not sleeping.
Yeah.
So like dudes were just fucking completely lost their mind from just being up for like probably like 15, 20 days or something.
Yeah. Well, you snooze, you lose, baby.
No, I mean, well, they would have won if they snoozed. They wouldn't have given enough information. So kind of directly counters your statement right there.
You know what I meant though. But since you talked about Whitey Bulger, bro, I just want to kind of get into this guy for a little bit, dude.
Whitey Bulger was a gangster, dog.
What a fucking thug. Whitey Bulger, he was an Irishman from Massachusetts. Jamie, can you get that pronunciation?
Whoa, Massachusetts? Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
How do you say it?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
All right, you're Asian.
Massachusetts. I feel like they should put an S after the E. Massachusetts. I can't. Anyways, that spot. That area.
Boston.
So he signed up for MK Ultra while he was in prison, bro. He got like a 7-year stint, I think, right, for bank robbery.
He was the very first
Prisoner that was a subject.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he got caught doing bank robberies. He got like 7 or 22 years. I can't remember, something crazy. They
That's
offered
such a big difference. Just by the way, let's point that out real quick.
I think
my
originally-
dog's at 7 to 22 years. Like no,
I think he got like close
7 and was supposed to do 22.
something like that. That's what I think. I should have wrote it down, but look, dude, we
It's
wrote,
us.
I wrote this down like a month ago.
Hey,
It's just been gone
Hey.
out of my head, bro. You know, I'm
Hey.
I'm reverting to notes.
it's just funny.
jog my
That's
memory.
all I'm saying. It's just a little haha.
Yeah. So he's in fucking prison. He signs up for this program, and they basically give him LSD every single fucking day, bro, for like 3 years, dude.
And then the other interesting fact, his brother was like DEA or something like that.
Yeah, he worked high in government. I
And
think he was an
that's-
attorney or some shit, or like a state attorney.
They say that that fool got the reason he got smoked when he finally got locked up was either because of one of those two things
Is his brother?
or because of the whole MK Ultra shit.
Yeah, well, he's also made a lot of enemies, bro, because he was snitching on people like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that whole shit's really
And
like weird.
And he killed like those 2 Irish brothers that like were in charge of his gang back in the day. I forgot their names, but they were like his leaders when he got out of jail, and he killed them to take their spot.
Yeah, dude was a complete savage. He went at it with the Italians and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how he fucking, because at the time the Italian mob was like the shit back then, dude.
It was the world.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes to jail for bank robberies. I did write it down. So he got a 20-year stint. Only 55 days were taken for the LSD experiments.
Imagine being on LSD for 55 days though.
No, he was on LSD for 3 years. They only took 55 days off of it.
Damn.
Yeah, they're throwing the book at that guy. I think because the whole mob thing was a whole big ordeal, and they were down with it.
Well, plus he was a complete savage. Dudes were getting murdered and fucked up on because of him all the time.
Yeah, well, he later on became a hitman, so
Yes, he did.
that was after he got out of prison, though. But at that time, they just had him for the bank robbery. But I forgot why they threw the book on him. I think it was just because of the gang he was affiliated with. Yeah, so he is in prison, does LSD. Oh, no, he did LSD 3 days a week for only a year. I'm sorry, I totally fucked that one up. But he says that the LSD weaponized his mind. He became obsessed with reading. He didn't know how to read before, by the way. So he learned how to read in prison. So he became obsessed with reading. He wanted to learn about everything. He became a model inmate in the words of his warden. Gets out of prison, back to the life of crime, baby.
And weaponized version now.
A weaponized version. He rises through the ranks, becomes a fucking hitman, double crosses his boss, takes his spot, bro. He makes a deal with the enemy gang and says, hey, I'm in charge of these people now. Let's get a deal, baby. And
the rest is history.
Yeah, dude, Whitey Bulger, bro.
On the run till a couple of years ago, fucking got him in Venice on the beach with his old lady.
Bro, so he had the CIA in his pocket, and he was fighting the Italian mob who they had the police in their pocket. So that's fascinating, bro.
I mean, I think that's a hard one. Who's gonna help you more in the long run?
Probably the CIA. I don't know. It's tough because there's some
the
operations.
CIA is not gonna get involved in everything.
Yeah, exactly. But the CIA can help with court cases and stuff like that. I think
Till it gets too much heat on it, and then they're gonna back off.
I think as a gang, probably the police help out because you can use the police to take out your enemies and shit.
Quicker.
Yeah. Lighters up.
Lighters up, baby.
Happy birthday, Trey, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
How old are you, dude?
33.
Look in the camera and fucking tell them your age, baby.
I'm 33.
Do you feel like you're 33?
Chocolate covered strawberries, long walks on the beach.
No, you don't. What was the last time you walked on the beach, dog?
Years ago.
We should go on a beach run one night, bro. Just smoke on the beach. I haven't done that in a while, bro.
You can do that. There's just sand. It's like the one thing I don't like.
You don't like sand?
I fucking hate sand.
It can get annoying, bro. I definitely can.
Dude, fucking rashes, sand, like sea salt sand rashes you get back. You remember those back in the day?
Yeah.
Fucking want to tear your fucking inside of your thighs off.
Do you remember riding a boogie board without a fucking wetsuit? A rash guard? Tough.
I remember getting up before the sun was up to go fucking bodyboarding or sponging.
Bro, were you with me when there was that pipe burst in HB? That's why you need the tray. Trey needed the tray. But when there was that fucking sewage pipeline that burst in HB and like shit was in the water and they're telling people not to go in the water because of all the feces and stuff. That happened like in high school, bro. So yeah,
like we got in the water.
No, we were gonna say we said fuck it until we went up there and then we saw the actual shit floating around and we're like, nah.
Yeah, and it smelled all bad and shit.
Yeah,
like
we took the bus there and shit. We were like, all right, we're not doing this.
Yeah, there have been some gnarly things. I remember the one time it was like all red because of something. At one time, some algae or some shit.
Yeah,
water was all weird red. It was in that luminescent shit a couple years ago.
That shit's tight, dude. That happens, I think, once a year. We should definitely check that one out next time that happens. I think it's coming up. I think it's beginning of summer is when it happens.
Already failed.
Well, Jamie.
Okay.
Or what do we call her, Jamie or Danielle? What do we
call her? Split dick.
Split dick.
Shut up.
DSD. Okay. So this brings me to the bulk of my research. This is like paragraphs worth of information, but when we were doing this fucking subject,
Frank Olson
was the dude that I just was
he found and was like, this is him.
I went balls deep in Frank Olson's life, bro. I just thought it was so fascinating just because there's actual information that is corroborated by the CIA, because there's a lot of stuff that happened that we can't really prove happened. But because of Frank Olson's son, Eric Olson, there's a lot of confirmation on these stories. And because of President Ford.
We got answers. What does it say there, old fucking little Jamie?
Jamie. Wait, when did it happen though?
Of this year?
Yeah. So I guess, so this says the best time to see bioluminescence are in the summer and fall on dark, cloudy nights before the moon has risen or after it sets.
But there's like one day of the year that it's crazy. It's
like a month.
I don't know, but I remember like hearing about that like earlier. Yeah, like earlier this year. It already happened.
Earlier this year? We're like in February, bro. What do you mean earlier?
How much earlier?
Do you know how long January was?
31 days.
He's right. It was 31
But yeah,
days.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we should check that out sometime. That shit sounds tight. I mean, I've been to it, but I like doing it. It's cool.
Yeah, it says the natural phenomenon can happen at almost any time of the year.
It's whenever the algae feels like it.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was like being a pirate and pulling up on shore and seeing that shit. You probably thought, like, what was that shit they called the singing fucking bitches?
Sirens?
Mermaids?
Mermaid, not sirens, bro. I guess
Sirens are mermaids.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, the sirens.
Not all
are
mermaids
that
sing though, bro.
Huh?
Sirens sing to lure sailors to their death.
Mermaids the same thing.
Not all mermaids, bro. Think of Ariel, bro. I mean, she did sing, but not to lure men.
Exactly. That's you lost your voice because the mermaid's got a beautiful voice.
She just sang because she was happy, bro. Under the sea, dog.
Look, all right, I'm an idiot. All right, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, what about mermaid men, though? They're not sirens.
It's not real.
There's no mermaid men.
You're gonna tell me mermen don't exist?
Yes.
Tough to believe, bro.
Yes. Why would mermaids not be just asexual creatures like a Venus flytrap? Like the water version of a Venus flytrap.
It's a fish.
It's not a plant, dog.
I know,
fish.
but it's like a fucking the water version.
I'm gonna have to stop you there and actually say that a lot of fish can change their sex.
Yeah, like fucking what are they called? Seahorse.
I don't think can a seahorse.
No.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a seahorse.
No.
Then they carry the babies.
They carry the babies.
The men seahorse carry babies.
But there's actual fish that so if like all the males die, they'll pick a female and she'll switch genders to carry on the life. Bro.
That's real.
That's a thing, dude. Pretty
Seahorses
cool.
can switch genders.
But not seahorses. I don't think it's seahorses though.
No,
Jamie, look it up.
I'm like already looking shit up, but I'm telling you about the seahorse thing. Like that is fact. All male seahorses are the ones that give
Carry
the
the
birth.
babies.
Yeah, they give the
Yes. Then that's.
But I want to say they
that's
can
just-
also switch
no.
the gender too.
I don't know about that one.
All right.
We'll find out right
We'll
now.
find out.
Okay, so fish that can change their sex. Wrasses, ribbon
Racists?
eels, wrasses.
Racists.
WRASSES. Wrasses.
Rasses.
Ribbon eels, sea bass, clownfish, damselfish, black porgy, mangrove rivulus, salmon.
Salmon can
Salmon.
Let's go salmon.
That's it.
That was the
Those
list.
seahorses, baby.
Damn.
You're fucking wrong, bro. But it's your birthday, so today you're right,
I'm
dog.
right.
Fuck you, seahorses, you little bitch ass fucking
Fuck seahorses.
bitches.
Like Canadians.
Yes. So that's interesting.
How do we get to that topic?
I don't know.
How do we branch off into that?
It always happens though, you know.
Can a seahorse change its gender? Seahorses are not one of the animals who change their sex.
We're officially wrong, but it's my birthday, so I'm right.
I will let it slide today, dog.
And then
It's all
tomorrow I'll
good.
be wrong
Yeah,
again.
tomorrow you're absolutely
When this pod
wrong,
comes out,
and I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
rub
be
it in.
wrong.
Oh yeah, I'll be sure to be
when
wrong.
this gets released, you're gonna be wrong. But back to Frank motherfucking Olson, baby. Frank Olson, dude, was a CIA agent. He was like the best biochemist they had. Like this dude was like fucking genius. He was part of Operation Artichoke. He
was in all of it.
He was the one that made the drugs that were being given to the monkeys. I was killing the monkeys, which was fucked up. He talks about that. It makes him super depressed. Like a lot of these, like basically all the LSD that they fucking used was created in his lab. You know what I mean? Or like pretty much like that plus anthrax and other shit too. That's
And all
another
the
thing.
other cool things.
But so yeah, so Frank Olson, he joins the CIA. Let me see it. Let me get back to this guy. I didn't write the years, but he was part of MK Artichoke or Operation Artichoke. So whenever the fuck that was around. But interesting fact about Frank Olson: prior to working for the government, he worked for Purdue, bro. The fucking the drug company.
Purdue Pharma.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Maybe my dog invented
COVID.
heroin.
Oh yeah, that too. Oh yeah, they did the OxyContin. Was that Purdue?
Purdue Pharma.
Yeah, it was a Sagler family, right? I think it was Purdue. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They created OxyContin.
Yes, sir. Sagler family. Yeah, Purdue. Yep, you're right.
Give a big shout out to fucking OxyContin.
OxyContin, baby. I'm just kidding.
OxyContin.
Don't do that. Don't
Shout
do that.
out OxyContin, dog.
Explicit content, bro. This is why, bro. Anyways, so he worked for Purdue, bro, and then yeah, like I said, he worked for the Anthrax. He was at Camp King in the military on their army base. I think it's called a different military base now, but Camp King. It was a base. Oh yeah, and then he also they would send him to Europe to test these fucking chemical weapons too. He was a part of some fucked up shit, bro.
Yeah, he was the one that was directly involved with the mental institution thing.
He created the methods, but he wasn't. Nah.
I think he's been to the spot. That guy's
He probably has. Yeah. But he wasn't like he wasn't actually torturing people or any of that. He was just creating the weapons and shit. Yeah. So he was a member of Operation Artichoke. They experimented on monkeys. Like I said earlier, that was his first like real big stint that he had with the CIA, or but before the CIA when he was in the military. But he got depressed from the monkey thing. And the thing about fucking Frank Olson was he worked for Purdue. He was a chemist that they pulled from Purdue, so he never worked in the military, right? So you know how people in the military, it's like don't ask questions, do what you say type shit. He was like the opposite. He was the type of dude that like he would see shit and he would ask questions. He would tell people shit like, "Yo, this isn't right" or whatever, you know. So he wasn't complacent, is what I'm trying to say, you know. So
Yes.
just remember I said that because that's gonna
Come back to bite him in the ass.
Oh, yes, it does, bro. So Frank Olson, he's working for MK Ultra, right? He does a good job. He comes home depressed one day, tells his wife he wants to leave the fucking the military because the monkeys, they're dying and shit. He tells his boss, which is fucking Gottlieb, right?
Mhm.
The dude of MK Ultra, right? Gottlieb is like, all right, cool, bet. We have this other project going on called MK Ultra. You want to be a part of it? Bet. All right. So he does that, and then he starts basically creating LSD for them and some other weapons. They send him to a black site in Europe, bro, and he sees the fucking chemicals he used being used on prisoners of war from World War II, bro. So like Germans that they captured, bro. He literally like watches them die, bro. He gets like he writes about all that shit. He gets depressed, right? Basically he basically tells his higher ups once again, like, yo, this isn't for me, you know, artichokes suck, this sucks. I don't want to do that, bro. So get this, bro. They send him on a retreat. They're like, this is already, he's been working for the government for like 15 years. I'm kind of joking, like fast forwarding because, you know, I just have a lot. So
he's a career man.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, you did a good job. We're going to send you on this retreat, right? And we're going to send like some other scientists, have fun, mingle, unwind, bro. It's going to be a 2-week retreat. They send him over there to watch more of their experiments that were used and so they could discuss it. And they drugged him with LSD. They drugged their own fucking scientists and government members because they basically, the whole point of it was because they wanted to see how they would react and if they would reveal like confident information and shit like that.
They were capable of withstanding what they did.
Basically. Well, are you going to be a problem, you know?
Yeah.
And so Frank Olson fucking fails, bro. He's just like, I'm
miserably.
Because he knows, dude, as soon as he starts feeling the drug, he's seen it. You know, he knows how people act on it. And he's like, fuck, they drugged me. And now he's pissed. He's like, I want to leave the CIA. Fuck the CIA. He starts talking about media, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually was going to talk to media. I just think he just was pissed, you know, just, you know, bullshitting. So the project ends. They send him home, right? It's Thanksgiving week, right? Frank tells Gottlieb, he's like, yo, I'm out,
I'm
bro.
done.
He's like, I'm like, either I quit or you fire me because this is too much, bro. Robert Lashbrook, right?
He's like, hey, all right, you know what? We'll let you leave. Let's just get a little psych evaluation from you. And then you're good to go. Next thing you know, it's supposed to be he spends the night somewhere. They have the psych evaluation in the morning and he'll go right home.
Thanksgiving week, by the way.
I don't know if it was before or after.
It was before it was the actual week of Thanksgiving.
The week of Thanksgiving. And he's in a hotel and somehow throws himself out of a like 13th story or something like that window and dies, obviously. But it's very odd the way everything happens. And it's only because of the night manager that any of it even gets looked into because it didn't make sense at all.
Does not make sense. So what happens is, so on Thanksgiving week, bro, he tells him he wants to quit. He tells his wife he's gonna quit that day too. He's like, he goes back home to, I think he lived in Rhode Island or something.
Yeah, on the East Coast.
Right.
Somewhere
around there. I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. But anyways, he's talking to the wife like, I'm out. He's already been telling her for years he wanted out. He tells her he's gonna do dentistry. I don't know if he could. I don't know how. I don't know. So he's like, I'm gonna do dentistry. And the wife's like, all right, I support it, blah, 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 right? So Lashbrook, right, the fucking supervisor of the MK Ultra, he basically calls the wife, tells her like, hey, your husband's having a psychotic breakdown. He was exposed to LSD. He's like, we're going to take him to see a shrink, right? And he basically talks to Frank. He's like, hey, you want out? Fine. We'll let you go out, but let's go get an evaluation to make sure everything's good. You have, when you're in the CIA, you have to see a special shrink, right? Because it's like you're telling them confidential information, so you can't just go to like any type of shrink you want to go to. You know, they have to have the clearance to talk about what you're going to talk about. So they fucking go to this shrink in New York, bro. It gets pretty sketchy because the shrink was not even a licensed psychologist. He was an allergy doctor, right? He was a doctor, but he was an allergy doctor, and he somehow had the clearance to talk about government secrets and whatnot. The other thing that was weird is that magician that I talked about earlier. He's there. There's a magician that the CIA hired to teach them sleight of hand tricks. I should have wrote his name down, but I forgot to. but he's fucking at the shrink's house, office basically when fucking they go see the shrink. You know, that's already kind of weird, right? Why is there this magician? They talk about that. Anyways,
Type in like magician CIA agent.
yeah. So he's a famous guy too. So
that was
anyways,
a cool name. Like Patches the four-fingered.
maybe. So the psychiatrist says to Frank Olson,
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
What is
John Mulholland.
John Mulholland, you
That
little,
is okay. That sounds about correct to me.
like as we spoke about earlier, the CIA hired John Mulholland to teach them sleight of hand tricks way back in the 19, like what do we say, 50s or something?
Yeah.
20 years later. Hey, what's up, Frank Olson? Remember me, dog? We were boys, right? What's up? Already sketchy, right? Anyways, the shrink fucking sees him and he tells Frank Olson, you know what? Like, I hear you. I think you're good. You got some problems. You should probably see, your regular psychiatrist now. I mean, you're good with me. You're clear, right? Frank Olson's like, thank God. Calls his wife excited, telling her he's going to be home in time for Thanksgiving. He loves her. I'll see you tomorrow, right?
That night.
So he's staying in the same room as Lashbrook, right? It's him and Lashbrook sleeping in one room, and then I think it's just them two that went. But anyways, so later on that night, fucking Frank Olson ends up on the floor dead. Fucking windows broken with the blinds closed. So he ran through the blinds out the window and killed himself. The police come to investigate. Lashbrook is in the bathroom with the door closed. They have to break the door down because he's not opening it. They said they hear him flushing the toilet, right? He said he just was using the bathroom. He was crying. I don't know. Well,
Things.
weird. You know, your homie just jumped out the window and you're in the bathroom, I guess, crying and shitting.
Well, he said that what did he say? He had a psychotic break and he tried to attack him.
I thought he said he was sleeping and he didn't see what happened. That's the official report. I saw the police statement. Yeah, he just said he didn't know what happened because he was sleeping and then he heard the noise and it was dark. That's from what I read. I could be wrong, but
I want to say it was either that or I thought maybe he was fucking. That's gonna sound shitty audio.
Oh, definitely, bro. I was watching you do that. Like, why?
Because I'm
So
stoned.
close to the microphone, at least.
You know what?
Close to the microphone. Let me get one of those though. Nah, I don't want that. Actually, I'm good.
Yeah, you do.
Not right now.
Shout out OxyContin.
This fucking guy, bro.
Just put like potatoes. Please put potatoes whenever I say OxyContin.
So Frank Olson, he jumps out the window. He falls 13 feet with the window closed, with the blinds closed.
13 stories.
13 stories. Sorry, I don't know why I said feet. 13 stories with the window closed and the blinds closed. I'm not an expert in suicide. I don't think people jump out a closed window with the fucking blinds closed when they're gonna kill themselves.
With the velocity, because there were two beds he'd have to clear between him and the window.
Yep. So I don't know. So I don't want to eat it because I had to talk. So after he jumps out the window, dude, the night manager for the hotel that Trey was talking about, he gets like kind of curious about what happened. He actually asked the operator to tell him if there was a phone call made from that room.
It was a switchboard.
It was a switchboard back in the 50s or whatever. I don't remember what year, but he asked her, yo, did they make a phone call? What did they say? Because the operator could hear everything, right? She told him that someone made a call from that room to the therapist's office, and he basically said he's gone. The reply from the therapist was, that's too bad. That was it. Weird. Extremely weird. Now, here's the weird part, bro. So Frank Olson had two sons, right? Or a son and a daughter. Eric Olson was the name of the son. He got obsessed with his father's death, bro. He was the reason. He's one of the reasons why all these documents were uncovered and shit like that. But
they said something about there weren't any documents on it. Then he brought up a certain thing and they found like 14 cases of documents or something.
They found documents that names were redacted, but the events were there. And he was able to piece together like, oh, this is what happened to my dad.
Dude, they were doing... This was a bad idea, but they're so good.
Told you, bro.
But they were doing shit so advanced with like the redacted shit that like it was on a typewriter, so all the spacing was the same. So you knew by like if it was like a line like this big, you knew it was 4 letters. So you'd see like a start and it'd be like something and then the name, and the name would be redacted. So they were going through other names they'd find and just look for that many spaces that was the same, and that's how they pieced the other information togetger.
Yeah, well, the son was able to just put the story together, like, oh, CIA agent falls from 13. But yeah,
well, yeah, obviously it sounds bad.
Dedication though.
Drugs, a lot of meth, cocaine, something like that. Do maybe some weird
LSD,
shit.
bro. Who knows? We found his dad's LSD and made him a super genius. But so Eric Olson, he hires a lawyer he starts talking to him. He calls the CIA, bro. He gets their fucking handbook on how to assassinate someone, right?
It's real.
No, that's later. That was after. That was way
Oh.
after. So he calls the CIA and he's all like, "Can I get your handbook on how to assassinate someone?" And they're like, "For which year?" And he's like, "I don't know, fucking 1950, I guess." So they give him the exact one. The way the CIA recommends doing a public assassination is you want to make sure your target falls
Literally,
at least 7 stories, right? Minimum. They said they told you how to do it. They said to just have him go by the window or edge, grab him by the foot, and just pick him up over because it's easy.
See you later.
See you later. They said like the time of day you should do it. They talk about how when it happens you should cause a scene and then put out the story on what you saw, so that becomes like the actual thing that people believe they saw. There's just the way the CIA tells people how to create like
like
assassination
Inception.
is the exact way that basically Frank Olson was killed. So that textbook, bro. And anyways, like what Trey was saying, years later, the Israeli government, what's it called? What do they call it?
Mossad.
The Mossad. They use Frank Olson's death as like
The training.
as a textbook way of
perfect murder.
creating. Yep, and the best assassination.
Pretty fucking hinky.
Pretty fucking cool,
And
man.
all for my enjoyment. Decades later, at a rave or thinking I'm dead in my apartment. And I'm here for it. Best feelings ever.
So years later, Frank Olson's wife dies. By the way, the family got a settlement from the government once they started uncovering all this, and they actually got to meet the president, who basically gave him more documents because they requested it. He basically confirmed that happened without making it actually public or whatever,
Without making it on the record.
Basically, yeah. So years later, Eric Olson's mom dies, right? Frank Olson's wife. And the son, the last surviving son, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bury him next to each other because that's what they would have wanted."
Dad isn't.
So
They
he
say-
has the dad's body moved, and while he's doing that, he decides to get a coroner and look at the body to examine it to get a second opinion. They basically said that he had blunt trauma to the like front of his head, and they're like, it's not consistent with how he fell. And then like the son even asked him like, well, could his head have bounced off the pavement after his back? He fell on his back, So like after he hit his back, could he have bounced in his head? And they said it's possible, but it would have hit right here and it would have looked like this, So out of 10 specialists, 9 agreed that it looked conclusive. It conclusively looked like there was like some type of trauma that happened from the front of the head, like a fire or something, Maybe a hammer. Who knows?
Something to knock him out and get him out the window.
That is the legend of Frank Olson, dog.
I mean, you either... No, it doesn't even work with that thing. I was going to say, you either like fucking die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
He lived long enough to be the villain, bro.
He got long enough to get killed by his own creation. He got Frankenstein.
Well, they labeled him a villain because he was going against the CIA.
And the CIA is always the villain. He was a pawn.
No, man, they're America, baby. That's how they saw it. That's why Frank Olson joined the CIA, because he thought he was helping his country.
Well, yeah, dude. I think that's why fucking... man, this is good right now.
Happy birthday, Trey.
Woo, burps. But I think that's just why like social media and just like smartphones and capabilities to like look stuff up, like Wikipedia, WikiLeaks, all the shit that just makes the government look bad, which is why it's like at a low that it is with the patriotism. I remember growing up fucking wanting to rock American overalls and I don't know, fucking bald eagle t-shirts and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore.
It's not.
It's kind of, you can't be American anymore, dude.
It's kind of sad.
Kind of look racist or something,
You look like you should probably have a MAGA hat on.
Those are the people that are proud to rock flags or MAGA people, bro.
It's just a certain look. You either look like you're like a fucking Antifa, like not an Antifa supporter, but you're like making fun of them.
What's that other thing? The Proud Boys?
The Proud Boys, yep. That was like that was the MAGA thing.
It's like you said, bro, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
America's the villain right now.
Not the hero anymore.
I mean, I'm okay with being the villain.
I like Joker better than Batman anyways, bro.
Why do you gotta pick that one?
He has a better time, bro. He's always laughing.
Yeah, but they're both pretty cool. I like Batman. Batman gets all the cool suits. He's got contingency plans.
But he's never happy, though.
Because I get it.
Joker,
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Be the villain and have a good time, bro.
Yeah, but even then, at the end of the day, you're still Batman.
I mean, dude, villain, hero. That's all like circumstantial thoughts. Very
That's why that
subjective, you
one
know?
Batman, which one is it?
Beyond?
Huh?
Batman Beyond or what?
No, when he gets the joke, like he's like the Joker. Oh, dude. I think we talked about him.
I don't know. I seen there's a Batman that like with that crazy suit though. Remember the devil suit or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, I think that's where we got into that whole thing.
That shit was
Oh
so-
man.
That suit was so tight, bro. With that fucking devil suit, bro, he would fuck Iron Man up, dog.
I mean, I don't. Probably, dude.
What does it run off of? His metabolism or something, or what is it?
Yeah, his metabolism.
Super weird, dude. Random. Take some protein shakes, bro, on the go.
I don't think that helps with your metabolism. You'd want like
What are you gonna take on the go, bro?
with a fat burner shit
Fat burner?
or meth, just straight amphetamine.
Well, no, because if protein shakes have that's nutrients, right? Couldn't your suit just take?
No, that's not your metabolism.
What's
Your
your-
metabolism is based on like you can't technically make your metabolism faster, right? Because everybody's different. Like it's just your body being your body, and your metabolism is like how quickly you're burning calories.
Yeah.
Like some people can eat like 1,000,
Oh, wait,
like
yeah, you're right.
you
It's
need
the opposite.
multiple
Yeah,
thousand
got you,
calories
got
a
you.
day.
Yeah,
But your metabolism isn't gonna process it.
Yeah, that's a different way than I was thinking about it.
So you need like
Uh.
amphetamine, like fen, like all the what were those?
Dude, methed out Batman, bro, with the devil suit.
Down, dog.
Oh man,
Down. That'd be sick, dude. Twacked out Batman.
he would definitely be America, dog.
No, you can't really say that.
Dude, we're America.
We didn't invent meth.
No, America
We
is
just mastered it.
America is methed out people with big guns, bro.
I mean, that's one part of America. That's not Garden Grove.
No, I meant just figuratively, bro. Oh, bro, did you hear about fucking that new tank that just got made? The fucking that German tank.
I heard tanks were obsolete.
They're so obsolete, dude. But this thing's savage. It's got like drones that go over it. It has like all these crazy like anti fucking like air missiles and shit. You know.
German tank.
Yeah, it just got dropped, bro. Check this out. They've only made the bottom the bottom half of it. They're still making you shoot gunners for it. Was it Germany and France or something?
Bro, why would you want tanks nowadays? I can beat your tank with an airplane.
Well, that's why this thing's got the anti-tank, bro. It's not the Panther. I just
Is it
saw.
Panzer?
No, I just saw a thing about it. It's not even called any of that. Oh fuck, dude. Maybe it was in Germany. Anyways, dude, I'll find it. I'll link it somewhere. It looked pretty badass.
I'm gonna put it on my face.
Yeah.
Want one more?
Yeah, I'll take one more, dude.
You got any current events?
Current events, bro. I have not been writing them down because I've been really focusing on that MK Ultra one, bro. Let me see what I got for current events. Maybe some old ones, bro. There's some stuff I wanted to bring up in the past. So it's not so current, but they're events. Oh, that fucking one I sent you though with the fucking the little pinks.
The what?
Fucking Chinese people that were
Oh,
tripping on the
yeah.
piano player, bro.
It's like actually
Pause.
turned into something.
Told you, bro. I was like, yo, this is going viral, bro.
So they're anti Trudeau or they're anti China.
They're just pro communist party, CCP. So basically, what happened in this video? There's this famous piano player. He just plays piano like on these random pianos out in public. He's like a super good pianist, and he has a YouTube channel. I wish I could remember his name, but he's super famous. That fool was at like a mall in London, and he was playing the piano. And I think he was supposed to do an interview with this like Chinese news lady, right? And then while like he was doing his interview, like this other group of Chinese people came and they told him he couldn't record anymore. You know, they're like, "Oh, we're in public, you can't record." And he's like, "No, bro, we're in the UK and we're allowed to record in public, you know." And then like they started getting all like aggressive with him, saying it was illegal. They're gonna call the cops. They got in his face and shit like that. That fool didn't want to back down. They did call the cops. The cops basically were trying to get him to stop filming. This was like a whole like 45-minute endeavor, bro. The cops were like not saying he was in the wrong, but were trying to hint at him to basically not record anymore, like kind of taking their side, you know. Anyways, he fought against them with the freedom thing. Eventually, they leave. That shit went viral, bro, because they're from China, and people were saying they're trying to like they're trying to enforce like Chinese law on British like citizens, you know. I don't know, they didn't like that, right? And as the story gets deeper, bro. So there was like a group of 5. Of the 5, 3 of them actually do work for the CCPD. 2 of them are like influencers that the CCPD send to like countries, you know. To
And
like
they have their own influencers.
they have influencers. They send them to other countries, and then they make videos on YouTube telling them on like where to get jobs in China. I mean, if you're Chinese, where to get jobs in the UK or London or wherever, like school resources,
to
stuff
help
like that.
fucking
Just to help facilitate like your move, bro, you know? 2 of them were that, right? One of them was an actual like CCP member that like she had like an office in London. She's like what do they call it? Like a telegraph or whatever you call that, bro.
a delegate.
Delegate for the CCP that like lives out there, right? The reason that they're freaking out, telling him not to record, was because she had like walked up and they didn't want her to be on camera for some reason. I don't know why, you know?
Really?
Yeah, like so all those like members of the CCPD, they knew that to protect her identity, I guess, you know, because they knew this guy was like famous and shit, so they didn't want to get her in the video. I don't know why. Maybe because she's not supposed to be there or something. I don't know.
But so she did just decide to walk up randomly and be like, I don't want to be recorded.
No, she wasn't in the video. She was in the back. She's trying to. So she was like off camera. Those other people were trying to protect her identity from anyone seeing it on camera.
That is so weird.
So weird, and it just brings up more questions, right? Think about earlier last year, the spy balloons.
A Chinese spy balloon.
Now we got this incident going on right
That
here.
just doesn't make sense though either. So like she told them like, oh hey, this guy's recording. Like
she didn't say anything. She was walking up to the group. They were gonna meet. So he had an interview with one Chinese news anchor and her camera guy.
And just so
3
happened,
other ones walk up, right? Just randomly, and that they're just on vacation. They start talking to the news lady, whatever. She's like a famous news lady. And then this other lady walks up from behind. You don't really see her in the frame until they start talking about it, and they like circle her, right? She walks up with like another Chinese guy, right? And as she's walking up, they start telling him that like the people that he was there with, they're just like the other people with the original party.
yeah.
They start telling him like, "Hey, you can't record. We're in public and shit like that." And they start freaking out and stuff like that. So this lady's just in the back watching this unfold, bro. And then eventually, after the police say that they're not doing anything wrong, everyone just walks away.
So they caused the scene to prevent her being seen, but in fact,
They were trying to cause the scene. They just didn't want him to record.
Yeah, I know,
video. But it did cause a scene. Did the opposite.
Yeah, and she ended up being seen.
It's hard to see her though to make it out, dude.
Either way, though, some people noticed.
Oh,
Interesting.
I know, right?
You think we're gonna get invaded? Would you tell me if there was an attack? I know you guys get emails and stuff.
It just depends. If they're like, "Oh, only you can be safe. You can't tell anyone." I'd be like, "Sorry, California sober lives on, dog."
I just need you to be my captor.
I would try to Edward that shit and put you in like a suit or something.
No, I just want you. If I'm gonna get smoked, I'd rather just be you, just like quick back of the head.
I would do it great. I would do it.
I don't want to get like beat to death with a rock or something. That would suck. I'd rather just get fucking popped.
I'll do it quick, bro.
That'd be pretty cool though too.
I'll
They
cry.
have like movie.
I'll
Be like
cry
a
about
movie.
it. I'll probably be forever traumatized and shit like that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have nightmares for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if when I fall, like I ended up looking at you with like one eye's like in pieces, and
I'd be writing your name with your blood like on a bunch of inanimate objects, hoping that your spirit can, somehow.
imagine if I came back though, like I haunted you, so I wouldn't be haunting you. Because we just already agreed that like if it has to happen, that'd be the way.
Dude, imagine I'm writing your name on a bunch of shit, and then your soul picks the lamest thing to like
To get into.
I'm just desperately writing on everything.
I'm in a light bulb and I'm just like blinking.
Yeah, bro, or just this empty can, bro. Not even a full beer,
A syringe.
I'd be like, damn, he died like how he lived.
That'd be the best way. That'd be the best way to go out.
Yeah. Terrible.
Probably.
CIA, baby.
God, man.
How do you feel about that, dude?
I don't know. I mean, it's the CIA. I think I'm more down for the CIA than the FBI, just because. Wait, is the FBI international or the
CIA is international?
I'm more down for that because that means they're not looking at us; they're looking at other people.
Yeah. No, I get you. I don't know why they're experimenting on humans, on American citizens. That doesn't even make sense because they're not even supposed to be out here doing shit. Their safe houses should be in like Europe and China and
That's
Asia
why
and
he
all that.
worked with the DEA.
Like it's weird, right? Yeah. I think that there's probably still programs that exist that are something like MK Ultra. I don't think they ever stopped.
Well, they were using that shit in Guantanamo Bay. And you know, that just started research on other shit. So if you want to talk like more conspiracy, like all the microwave weapons we have that aren't really getting used, but they're available. My sister's calling me.
I'm gonna say happy birthday.
Hello?
So glad today is the day that Mom didn't swallow you or tell you right down her fucking butt cheek.
Woo! Woo! Hell yeah!
Yeah,
A little
and
choo choo that could.
you thank me because I was C-section. So guess what? Pussy, Jamie. We got the gun.
All right. Well, just so you know, that's going to get clipped for the pod because I'm recording right now. Hell yeah. All right. I'll call you back. I love you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up. I'm drinking a beer right now, smoking some buds. Love you. Kiss, kiss. Thank you. Bye. That was pretty tight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm definitely more down for the CIA as long as I'm not getting things tested on me. But conspiracy theories lead to weapons, lead to like vans with radio signal stuff in them just parked in a fucking neighborhood.
I feel like oversight.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
We
What
gotta.
do you mean by oversight?
I think we gotta like come up with better oversight, bro. We should not be doing that shit on people out here. Do that shit on prisoners. That's cool, bro. I respect that.
Nah, it's not cool. Nah, I
You
don't
gotta do
really.
it on someone, bro.
Nah, I mean, you have to give them a choice. You want a lesser sentence? Do this.
Well, I'm in prisoners of war.
Oh yeah, fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I imagine that was the same. We'd get the same treatment.
Yeah, prisoners in back on home. Yeah, you can decide. You can. It's up to you, bro. But prisoners of war, that's where we should be doing that shit on. You know what I mean?
It also depends on what type of prisoner you are. If you're just like a fucking slave to the system.
See, that's why I think the American confidence in America is like is being crippled right now. Is because our own government fucks us so hard, bro.
I mean,
The
yeah.
divide starts at the top, bro.
I mean, it started with Snowden. Well, it started with 9/11.
Probably before that, but yeah, the CIA, MK Ultra was way before that.
No, yeah, totally. But what I'm saying is like to the decline it is today, like 9/11. Like 9/11 was the beginning.
Yeah.
Snowden in like 11 or no, that was like 13 or 14 when it happened. Knowing the CIA was data mining everything you did personally.
Yeah.
And it was all just getting mass fucking stored.
Uh-huh.
There's just less and less to believe.
Can't believe nothing,
COVID was fucked. You had Fauci.
Yeah.
Can't we even talk about that because it's YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't think are they still fucking people? Probably.
Dude, they changed their because I'll be reading the list and they change it every so often, dude. Right now, they don't want people talking about the war in which war was it, bro?
One of them, Ukraine.
Nah, I don't. I think it was something about the Israel
Palestine.
War. They're already past that, bro. Oh no, Palestine. Yeah, they're past the Russian one, I think.
Yeah, no, bro. Are we still giving them money?
Nah, we haven't given the money in a minute, bro.
That's good.
They're hurting, bro.
That's good.
Yeah.
We need money.
Let me get some of that cheddar, bro. Hey, you just reminded me of a fucked up story right here. I'll probably leave it at this and then we can cut it, bro. But
This may not make it in the pod. We're gonna have another controversial moment.
This was a fucked up story I just read on Reddit, like literally the other day, dog. This guy was talking about how he has two cousins, right? And he just found out that basically, like when he was younger, these two cousins were caught having like fucking each other, bro.
I was thinking it was as soon as you brought it up,
bro. But so they had a whole ass relationship, right? And the fucking mom found out, bro. And so she was like, "Oh, she's gonna send the son to Australia." I don't know how they're Australian or what, bro. Didn't get into that. But she was like, gonna send the son to Australia, right, to separate them, right? The son gets depressed and attempts suicide. Lives though, because the mom fucking runs into the room while he's dying, right? So he goes to the hospital. The fucking sister gets depressed, right? She runs away, bro. Gone. They haven't seen her since that day. The son survives, but he's a vegetable now, bro.
and she takes care of him.
No, the mom and dad do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're leaving that in.
That's a fucked up story, huh?
That's the fucking.
You think that's real though, or you think they just made it up?
Who's they?
Like whoever posted it, you know?
Where'd you see this on?
Reddit?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I just learned about Reddit. Probably fake.
I read some of those and I'm like, is this fake or real? I don't know.
What's it on? What's the thread? What's the subreddit?
Subreddit, I can't remember. It was I think it was just something about fucked up stories, dude. I'm not on part of the subreddit. I saw it on something else.
So then who are they to the family?
There's a cousin. So his like dad just one day told him randomly after he was like an adult, like in his 20s. That shit happened when he was like a little kid.
I'm gonna say fake.
Still
What are you
haven't.
thinking?
Supposedly still haven't talked to the daughter, bro.
What do you do? Why do you have the mic so far away from you? We've told you.
Fake.
God damn, dude.
We got two fakes, dude. I could be fake, bro.
Because I was moving around and shit. I wasn't trying to knock over a microphone.
Oh, okay,
I
I can respect that.
I respect.
Thank you.
I can respect.
Thank you.
We'll fix it after though. Jeez.
So on that
That
CIA, fucking fuck them. I don't know what else to say, dude.
I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of hungry again. Are you hungry? Wanna go hit that Mexican food spot?
That shit's fire. Might be close. Oh no, it's
It's open 24 hours, dog. I've been there at 1 a.m.
That one?
The one by my grandma's pad?
Oh, that one's open 24. I thought you were talking about that one.
No,
As always, stay cool, stay high. Watch out for the CIA.
Don't talk to hookers or go to places they suggest. Do it in your car or go get your own spot.
Yes, sir.
What you got? Don't split your dicks. Bye.
Bye.